basically, you know.
Right.
I mean, trying to let
clout chase.
Right.
Of
course, we want some attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
To do what we need to do. But we don't need that negative. We ain't gotta be, you know.
This new generation took that saying where it was like, "There's no such thing as bad publicity."
Right.
Yeah.
They took that to a whole nother level.
Yeah, we ain't on all that.
They took
You
that
know,
to a whole
we ain't
to
gotta
where
get
they're
into
like,
what it
well, no, it's like that still had to have limits.
Yeah.
They went and took them limits. It was like it's off.
I've seen that being pushed a lot by the big.
You know, and that's what they want.
Absolutely.
They want death is money.
Absolutely.
That's sad to say.
Death is money. It creates money.
It's all definitely about that dollar.
Yeah.
I won't say too much, but I'm an entertainer and I'm gonna entertain.
Yeah.
And only thing I have to say with the entertainment business, as far as any of the narratives and all that, is just like this: if you take everybody down, we ain't got nobody left. Just let that marinate.
So my question on that is, you say that if you take everybody, yes, I'm sure everybody's done something, you know, even all the way down to something small like a parking ticket they just didn't, type of thing.
Yes,
But that, you know, after 10 years, you know, it could be a bigger thing. Type shit.
I'm trying to
You know
tell
what I'm
for
saying?
real. That's what I'm saying.
But do you think that that's the type of people music draws in? I mean, I love music, so that'll be putting me as well. I'm not asking just you guys. I'm saying, do you think
Music opens the door for people who ain't that strong of thinking sometimes to kind of allow them to
be taught?
to be taught. And sometimes it's that old, like, also that thing, like, you know, with great power or, you know, that superhero saying type deal.
Great power.
You know, a lot of these entertainers have followings where to them they may be thinking this is a way for them to get money. There's someone listening to that thinking they're really doing this, or I really need to try this, so I can feel like them, not knowing they might not have actually did that. You know what I mean? And not saying there ain't people who not living what they rap. Only problem is that we grew up in a time where when you do rap about something, you automatically think like there's no way they could be doing that. They're famous, right? Nowadays, somebody raps about that, there's a good chance
they did
it. And it's like they're actually famous. They're not just Joe Schmo down the street who you heard a story about. Everybody that can do this can hear their story, and it's like sometimes it's like certain environments are for certain things. Once that thing leaves that environment, who knows what it can do.
It's tricky.
A lot of artists is starting to lack that accountability and starting to forget that they are also role models, like he was saying. You know what I mean? When you got these fans and stuff listening to your music, a lot of these people are idolizing these artists and stuff and wanting to actually be just like you because of what you went through or you say you went through, and then you're at where you're at now. So they thinking if I do the same thing or go through the same type of situations, it's gonna put me in the same spot. When all actuality, you know what I mean, just like the old heads, you know, back on the block or something, you know what I mean? You gotta have some type of leadership who separating the bullshit from the real shit, you know what I mean? You gotta call some of this shit out and let people know, like, shit, what you doing ain't cool. And even if I went through a situation where I know it was tougher than what it was supposed to be, I wouldn't sit there and tell the people, you know what I mean? Oh, whoop-de-whoop, I'm not gonna give you the whole scoop on it. I'm gonna be like, man, life messed up and this is a way of going about it or something, you know what I mean? Or introduce you to another way rather than going and following through my footsteps. If what I went through wasn't, you know what I mean, satisfactory or, you know what I mean, whatever, I'm going to change your direction so you don't do the same stupid shit that I went through. I'm not going to encourage you to go through the same dumb shit I did.
Definitely try to
you know
redirect
what I mean?
them, no doubt.
So,
And it's off of experience, no doubt.
So that's what it is. I feel like everybody glorifying the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Let's preach, do better. Like he said, we push some peace. You know what I mean? It's just enough dumbness in the world. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the right frequency for real. Nothing else.
And by peace, we don't just mean like, hey, everything cool. What up, man? I see you.
No.
I'm talking about like mental, all of that, bro. We trying to, you know, push peace so everybody can be mentally free. You know what I mean? So we can all get to another level, bro. And without that, you know what I mean, we ain't gonna be nowhere. And as far as your question, I can say that with social media, a lot of it is it's pretty much clout chasing. You know, people who ain't even like that in real life can be on that computer and posting whatever it is, you know what I mean? And then they be like, I just speak on women, for instance. Women on there posting whatever they posting, these memes, all this sexual, you know, looking for all this attention. Then want to be like, oh, I don't know, all these dudes in my inbox so you can be like, hold on, what's going on? What you looking for here? You know what I mean? So like I said, this clout chasing, even with the males might be posting all this sexual, might be posting all this violence, whatever it is, it's for their attention. And unfortunately, that's what get the most attention. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Negativity.
not saying what, being more peaceful with it all ain't gonna get you attention and, get you where you're trying to get to, but it's definitely more difficult and harder now because of the majority. Just look at the top artists this year. I ain't gotta say no names, no nothing. Just look at the top artists this year, listen to their music, and you're like, it's a nice party song or whatever, but like, are people really like, hey,
Right, or
I'm finna be like this? You know what I mean? What's
test
going
of
on?
time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
5 years from now, is
I'm
this going to
saying.
get played the same way and have the same type of attention? Or 10 years from now,
Yeah, we
what
got a
is it
short
gonna do?
attention span now.
Yeah, that's what it
Everybody
is.
was
too.
ready for the next hit as soon as the hit
Man,
come
so
out.
one thing
every
I-
time you look up somebody dancing to, you know what I mean, a TikTok song, I'm like, man, that's cool to dance, but you know what I mean, what happened to that, you know what I mean, intellectual music where, you know what I mean, it helped me get over these hard times and actually better myself, or,
They out there.
you know what I mean, yeah, exactly like
Definitely
you
out
said, the ones that's being pushed to the forefront
Yeah.
aren't those, you know what I mean, them rappers or musicians no more, so, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like an artist who I feel like you talking about is, you know who La Russell is?
I do not.
Oh man, little buddy, hey man, he like a prototype, honestly, but he got the blueprint and he giving it away, bro. La Russell, bro.
Okay.
L.A. Russell, check him out. I don't even be shouting artists out, bro, but he got that
That's
message,
it. No
bro.
more
and he
shout-outs
ain't,
here.
he ain't on all that extra, but yeah,
But if we're gonna give a shout out, I just gotta say for what the brother was explaining about Killer Mike album this year. Say
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, on that,
It's
yeah.
saved. You know
That
what
whole
I'm saying?
album.
It's just
That whole
everything he embodied and said. You know what I'm saying?
that's
It's
still
like
there.
it saved me, bro. Like you know what I mean? It was
I was
special
just
to me.
but Killer Mike, he always been on that
Yeah,
level.
you
I was
know,
just speaking
just,
about like new,
like-
where he like because kind of what our message ain't suit the most positive message,
Yeah.
but our actions, we doing a lot out here, bro. And we letting them know that that's not the route. We telling stories, we getting our from experience, but it's not to promote anything extra. And what we doing, we out here with the kids, bro. Me and him, boxing coaches, you know what I mean, basketball coaches, and just out here, bro. We got an event going on right now, a toy giveaway, you know what I mean. Today the 23rd?
Yeah.
2 days before Christmas, it's a toy giveaway going on at the mall, Glenbrook Mall.
Glenbrook
Well,
Mall.
IMAC Barbershop, you know, we merged with them, man. Prime Boxing, we out there right now. But yeah, man, we just trying to really lead by example, bro. And the only way we can lead by example is putting on the show, you know what I mean? Just giving them an example to go off of. Like, we out here, bro.
Right.
But we ain't out here on no goofy, nonsense,
And
bro.
not try to do it by ourselves, like you said. That's why we connecting with everybody. You
Yeah,
know
we
what I
trying
mean?
to
It's a
get
group
everybody
effort.
together.
You know
Yeah,
what I
right.
mean? And you got to be a product of your environment and your community. Shoot, we a part of this community, and that's why, you know what I mean. Even with me, like they were saying something about that Killer Mike album. I haven't heard it yet myself, but. You know what I mean? I be so caught up into my community and stuff. All I can do is, you know what I mean, speak or testify off of my, you know what I mean, what I'm going through in my community. You know what I mean? And then I tap into other people's situations and be like, dang, like they said, I might have to listen to that album and be like,
gonna touch
dang,
you, bro.
you know what I
It's
mean?
gonna
I'm
touch
going through
you.
the same stuff,
Oh,
so you know
man.
what I mean?
It's gonna touch you,
Me
bro.
personally, I be caught up in my own situations, but at the same time, shoot, we connecting as, you know what I mean, as a group to come together and try to help this whole community come together. You know what I mean? We're not on no selfish stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We not
Definitely,
acting
yeah.
like we better than nobody, shoot. We just trying to push the message, you know what I mean? That shoot, it's gonna take us all. Shoot, basically.
Yeah. I know you guys are from an older generation than me. I'm only 25.
Oh yeah, we from.
How do you keep up with the new generation shorter attention span in the music? Do you guys think you've caught up on all social media platforms like that, or
Well,
you
I mean,
older crowd fan?
if you in this business, if you do this, first of all, you got to be somewhat abreast. You can't just be, very, very seldom you have a talent that's just, can pop up and just do this. You know what I mean? You got to be abreast. But, I mean, for me, I'm a parent. You know what I mean? I got an 18-year-old. You know what I mean? And being tapped in that way is special. I mean, it's special. It's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Know
It's
what
like
they're saying, know what they're doing.
it's right there. So for me, you know what I'm saying, that's definitely been a big advantage. But I mean, I ain't no ain't no bum myself. You know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
just turned 21 myself, so you're older than me. So I was born in '86, though. It's crazy. So I don't know. You tell me.
And that you
Yeah. Like I said, we boxing coaches, bro. We been around the kids. We out there with the
we
kids,
here.
hooping coaches.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
here.
we been around the kids
We
a lot,
volunteer.
bro. You know,
Yeah,
and you always gotta do your homework. You gotta do your research. You know what I mean?
Outside of
For sure.
music, we do
Let's
all
start
kind of-
there. Looking at. Let's start there, guys.
It's a lot
You know.
of give and take, and at the same time, you know what I mean, it definitely got to be boundaries, and you know what I mean, like I said, you don't want to try to put yourself in the situation of the young people, you know what I mean, trying to get on their level, or, you know what I mean, do all that. No, we gotta, you know what I mean, set the tone, you know what I mean, because you know we the older kids, so we gotta set the tone and let them know, like even,
They
you know
definitely
what I mean,
different,
encourage the change, you know, evolution and all that.
course.
You gotta encourage the change, but you just gotta guide it, you know. So that's our job. I feel like, you know what I mean.
And I feel like we at that gate, like we right there at that gate to where like we still the trend, we still that.
Right,
You feel me?
definitely.
We are still that. Don't get that twisted.
Right.
You feel me? We still that. And with that being said, when we pull up and we do what we do, being positive, you know, giving this message, these kids are looking at us like,
That's what you do.
yeah, man. You feel like, oh, for sure, I could do that. I see Buddy and them, okay, you know what I mean? And they out here with us right now telling us, I dig it.
These
You
kids
what
need
I
to
mean?
know they got options.
I definitely wouldn't want to be
A lot of
my
them look
age
at, like,
and
these
pull up in the
streamers.
club and trying to do
Nah,
the
we
same
ain't no-
thing that
you know,
that little dude's
right,
doing. Like, I
man.
don't want to sit there. You can't tell the difference
Probably
between
wanna see
age.
us
You know what I mean? No.
Unless it's an event we doing something,
Right.
man. Clap, especially
Yeah.
in town. Like, no, that's.
You guys don't do clubs?
I wouldn't say we don't do clubs, but it's
don't hang out.
very,
Hang
very
out, that's what I mean.
seldom,
At
bro.
this point
we
in
get
time,
paid.
sure, yeah, you gotta pay.
Right,
us
no,
to
I'm
be
saying in your
here.
free time,
No,
we-
free
we'll
time.
be
on
no.
bills,
you know?
We have to be
Free time.
somewhere else,
build,
bro.
we
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
A whole
yeah,
different, you
no.
know,
We
just
kick,
because-
we kick it different. You
I ain't
know
no
what I'm
clubs.
saying?
What's the age, you know, if I'm, for me, what's the age limit, you know, like, hey, bro, start worrying more about the family. What?
I mean, that
Live your
depends
life.
on you and
I'm
what you got
asking,
going
it's
on.
all, y'all. You got kids?
Yeah, but obviously I'm a family man. I'm a, you know.
Okay, but
Okay,
you
so
already
it's
in
never
it.
too young.
You know now.
Yeah, it
Just
ain't never
for the interview, man. Just for
Yeah.
anybody
I
who's
would
listening.
say-
What, like, you
Yeah.
can't
It's
be
really your mental, bro.
It's
It's
on
really
you.
where you at with the female, with the
26.
kid. You know what I mean?
26.
26. If you can go through school, get your education,
Well, yeah.
because you can still make things outside, right?
Yeah.
But the paperwork will help you background a little bit, right?
Right.
Get that little bit of job. If you know now to live a little bit, not too much, because you're gonna get to an age where you're our age, and you're gonna realize I ain't do too bad. I can still do some things.
But that his question
right?
different.
No,
though.
but what I'm saying is to where it's like before you actually settle down, live a little bit, just enough to get some knowledge, and then buckle down, and then you get like 26 into your 30s, and then really be like, what do I want to do,
Okay.
and then do that.
He's speaking in terms of not having kids, though.
Right. Right.
No. Say you have
Right.
kids, right? You know what I mean? Like, live a little bit before you have
That's
kids,
different.
right? If you can make it for you young,
It's different.
then
As
you
soon as you can
25.
figure yourself out, shoot for the
But if you have kids and you say you a family man, you
Yeah,
25,
I mean,
bro. That's a lot different
gotta
than
live.
most 25-year-olds you're gonna come across, because you got a better understanding than most 25-year-olds. Because at that time is where you start to feel like, oh, maybe I could be a family man, and you start getting in your groove. You've been in your groove, so he can't, like he said, about 25, 26. But that's almost without having kids. If you already got kids, it's almost a better choice to start doing that now.
Right.
Like whenever you had a kid, you know what I mean? You could be 19, 20, you know, you can try to start figuring it out. Not saying you have to
Build
be
that
with someone,
foundation.
but it's better to start when it happens.
Right.
And not everybody can take that advice. And luckily, I don't know how old your kids are, but you're 25, I know that much. And you
Yeah,
know, that's a good start. No doubt.
Structure your life around your family.
Yeah,
life, for real.
yeah. Plan around that, you know what I mean? Plan around that, and you'll get a lot further, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know everybody here's got family. Is it hard to balance music, family life, other opportunities for work? Obviously, because y'all are businessmen.
And for me, easy peasy.
Right.
The kids,
Priorities,
take
man.
care of them.
Priorities.
Call it a day.
It's
Do what you
your
can
priorities.
when you can. If you can't do it,
Priorities.
try to do it better the next time.
It's just how you wired. I mean, some people wire different. You know what I mean? I gotta give them a test for that. If you're a workaholic, you might be a workaholic. You know, if you're a studio, junkie, you're a studio junkie. But you gotta sustain life. Like that's the most important thing. You gotta sustain life, and it's like I said, it all comes back down to priorities. And man, it's very hard in my opinion. From my view. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to career and living, you know what I mean? Like, it's very hard because what we just said, when the artist is demonstrated or blown up or publicized or whatever, when you can see them, you see the artist grinding, you know, studio, you see this, is and the third. But what you don't see is them going to work. What you don't see is, you know, how that came about.
Right.
And it's only 24 hours in a day. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you working 16 hours a day, you know what I mean, and you still can get in 2 hours, you know, a day in the studio, that's almost like superhuman at that point. You know?
Yeah.
So I salute a lot of artists, but, you know, I also salute their situation. What allows you to be in the studio 8
A lot of
hours?
sacrifices.
What allows you to be able to, you know, tour like you tour or do what you do? Because it's like, man, we've been grinding for a while, and obviously everybody ain't on a world tour. Everybody, this requires a lot of things. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, I be wanting people to express the realness of what it requires to do this a lot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that be the view, the perception for me.
Like
You know
right
what I
now, Gotham City isn't safe because we're giving this interview. You know what I mean? Like that's how
It's
important
Jews,
we are.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know,
Like,
like,
like-
outside of this stuff, we do a lot of important stuff.
mean? Yeah.
So where somebody might, you know, there might be an orphanage on fire, and we ain't there to put it out.
You know what I mean?
Superman ain't real. We are.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna say it's easy, but I think just with us being together, you know what I mean, and holding each other to a certain standard and stuff, like he was saying, we men first, and I feel like for us coming together, we kind of help each other make it easier, because I know it's parts and stuff where I lack, and you know what I mean, it might be his strong point, or you know what I mean, vice versa for everybody else. So honestly, I think us coming together as a group, we kind of help make each other a perfect person, you know what I mean, individually. So.
And even sometimes that can be tough, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just trying to
definitely.
keep
Yeah, ain't nothing
everybody, you
easy
know
for
what I
us, you know what I mean?
But yeah, it's about, you know what I mean, having that connection and understanding to where we can push through whatever
Right.
it is. And, you know, if one person can't make this happen or having trouble with this or just ain't available at this time, somebody else willing and ready to step up and, you know, make that happen. So we
Right.
definitely got a good core, you know what I mean?
So putting your pride to the side, definitely a big key part of this.
Yeah.
Like I said, with everybody being grown and having families, you know, you used to be in the head of your household and everybody want to be a dominant. But like you said, you know what I mean, as a group, everybody got to be willing to listen first, you know what I mean, before we heard. So it's definitely a big part with that too, though.
That's the major difference with us in our, you know, area of hip hop, shall I say? I'm gonna just speak it in that way, cause Fort Wayne coming, it's gonna blow. But that's the thing about us, man. It's like, you know, the collectiveness, the togetherness, you know, the way we make decisions, you know what I mean, the way we move, like, you know, a lot of people out here independent, you know, they don't got no governship, they just do what they want, you know what I'm saying? But when you see us, bro, exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my man's will give me a straightener, my man's will give me we'll pull each other, you know what I mean? We take care of that for each other, and that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, we want to spread that as, you know, as well. Like, make sure you recognizing that, you know what I'm saying? Because people ain't listening to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? I love that about us.
Yeah, we definitely move like a unit. You know, that's what I always say. Like, we move like a unit. You know what I mean? Everybody on the same accordance. Everybody got the same understanding, knowledge. You know what I mean? To get to the, you know, to where we need to get to without looking a certain way. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just how we move, bro. You know?
Hell yeah. On a music tip, take me back to you guys as individually your first show to now. What's the difference? Where were you then?
First show was Detroit, right?
That was your first show?
I think first. My show was Detroit. At a weed convention.
I thought you had performed before that, like somewhere. With,
We opened up for Twister.
Oh man, yeah, actually, yeah, no, it ain't. When I was 18, we opened up for Twister at Club Lost. Forgot about that.
First show?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
That's what's up.
That was I don't even know how long. That was just a couple of years ago. I'm 21, so about 3 years ago. That was my first show.
Okay.
I mean, my last show was opening up for Ludacris. You know, some people might know him from that movie Fast and Furious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
They might
he played
know.
in
He's a good actor. I'm not sure about the rapper, but you know what I mean? Shout out
He
to
might
him.
have some hits. I
I
don't
think he got
know.
a
Yeah,
93
yeah,
he got a 93 Acura.
Yeah. Gold actor or something.
I think I call him a car guy, so but there's no here or there.
Me myself, man, my first show was this had my 10th grade year. No, my junior year. So this is 2004, Savannah, Georgia. On the river, Savannah River, Doug Banks Morning Show. It was a big deal,
Yeah.
you know. It was a big deal, man. And a lot came from that show. Gave me the confidence to keep going. My last show was opening up for Luda, like he said, at the festival downtown here in Fort Wayne. And from then to now, I'm in love with performing. Actually, when I'm making a record, I'm thinking about performing.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about my visuals. I'm a very visual type of guy.
Yeah, he's our choreographer.
Oh,
You ever see his Donnie moves?
I'm very
Yeah,
visual,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
I like the camera, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
the whole entirety of it though, you know. So it's like, yeah, I just fell in love with performing, man. I like the angles, I like the lights, I like the DJ, I just like performing.
Hell yeah.
Well, me, my first performance was about 16. It was in some bar. You know, we performed bars and all that in Louisiana when my cousin used to get us in a lot of spots. Bro. I had a little cousin who was 10, 11 years old with us in the group. But yeah, my first performance was around 16. You know, when I was doing music. But honestly, I don't even rap like that. I ain't really a rapper. You know what I mean? Not saying there's nothing against, because obviously I like to rap because I get on certain tracks, but I don't even rap or perform too much. So if you see me out like performing on the stage with them, I'm probably looking for somebody in the crowd. You know, I'm just
He's our hype man. He's our hype man. He's like,
they got shirts. And people in there with shirts. And,
Basically,
you know,
if you see you performing, it's up.
Yup.
Not today.
the unicorn though. You
It's
go
up,
record it
yeah.
though. Record it because you might not see it.
Hey, we in rare form. It's up. You hear me?
my apologies. When we performed at the Luda show, I hit somebody in the head with a shirt. My
What a
apologies.
shirt. Yeah. So you got a lump and a
That
shirt.
was my
You're
last
lucky. You're lucky.
That's a hell of a memory right
Hey,
there.
Me, I think my first performance for real for me, I had to say, we used to do freestyle battles at high school freshman year. I used to be the beat man and shit, so you know what I mean, we really had to get live out there. Did a lot of battles, you know what I mean? It kind of prepared me for where I'm at now, you know what I mean? Gave me a lot of comfort, I guess, to be able to do what I'm doing, so that was a start for me. And now, shit, I think my last show, shout out to Maxine, In Motion Promotions. Battle of the Sexes and stuff, man.
Shout out,
We came out with the W on that, you know what I mean?
Maxine, hey,
Yeah, Maxine. I just did the Latin Funk Lowrider show. That was my last show.
Hey,
I'm trying to get her on an interview.
Shout out to her,
Maxine,
man.
all
But yeah,
day.
shit, that was my last show. I went in there, took the W for the fellas, you know
Yeah,
what I
no doubt,
mean?
no doubt.
And shout out to Cena for doing what she
Yeah,
did.
shout out
you know
Cena.
what I mean?
Shout out
Everybody,
Cena.
all the artists
Shout
in
out to getting ate up by City.
Yakima Entertainment, you know what I mean? Cena.
Is the battle rap scene big in Fort Wayne?
It's growing. It's definitely starting to see a lot of more attention to it, you know.
It's growing.
Everybody coming from under them rocks, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's picking up, no doubt. I ain't really like tapped into it lately, but I have been seeing that there's been some shows and all that going on. And we got some ideas as far as the freestyle battle that we getting ready to come up with. Exclusive, you feel me? We're gonna make sure we tap in, but we got some up our sleeve for the freestyle battles, man. It's gonna be something I don't think the city ever seen it, honestly.
Okay.
I don't think the city ever seen it, and it's gonna be, you know what I mean? We pushing the peace, man. So we trying to have all peace out there, but we trying to, you know, we pack it out and show people a good time for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, the battle rap scene, I think it's picking up. No doubt.
What do you guys want from hip hop? in the next 5 years? Your goals? What do you guys want?
$20 million.
I want originality, man. For real, for real.
Shout out to $20 million.
I want to keep it
Yeah.
original, man. I want to see different artists, you know what I mean, being distinguished and stuff. You know what I mean? I want to be able to separate, you know what I mean, each artist. I don't want to put on 5 different songs and I can't tell which artist is which. You know what I mean? I want to know when I'm listening to a certain artist, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the originality issue because it's inspiration to me. You know what I mean? One artist might do something that I never thought about doing or hearing, and it inspires me to do something. I don't want everybody copying what somebody did that made them successful. You know what I mean? Trying to bandwagon that success. You know what I mean? Stay original. And that is, you know what I mean? But use that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, originality always number one,
Yeah,
but that,
I
you know,
mean,
blueprint hard to beat.
My daughters, them, you know, I hear them singing all type of different female artists, you know what I mean? But they're not sounding like the artists, they sound like themselves.
Yeah,
and stuff. So that's what I like, you know
that
what I mean?
originality, twisting it up, man. You gotta
The
add your own
original,
style. Yeah.
So
That's just adding style because you're
that's what I
picking
want
up.
to see.
Yeah.
Shoot, I want to stay inspired. You know what I mean? I love putting on songs and I hear something that be like, yeah, go get your ass in the studio. You just,
Yeah, and
that did that for me.
Yeah. Because going off of that, I want the recognition now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Talk, man.
I want the recognition. I want, you know what I mean? I want us to, you know, be heard, be seen. I want people to know, like, all right, yeah, they do got a message. They do got a strong message, but they also got good music.
Mm-hmm.
And we like what they pushing. You know, we like what they doing with the music, and we like what they doing in their everyday life, to the point where we support them and we understand why we should support them. You know what I mean? Because we ain't like nobody else. You know what I mean? We different, like just like our songs say. You know what I mean? We ain't just acting a certain way. We really on this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We've been doing this, and that's what we're gonna continue doing. I just want the recognition so they can hear our music,
Right.
hear us out. Because now at this point, you can't go against us. You know what I mean? That's why we want the recognition, and that's gonna bring everything else we need to keep giving them our message. You know what I mean? And that's all we can really do. You know what I
Coming
mean?
with
Keep
our
giving
own vibe,
message,
you know what I mean? We got our own producers. Shout out to our motherfucking producer.
Yeah.
You know what
Shout out to the best producer in the city.
Shout out to the motherfucking
My man,
producer.
City.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
Y'all
the same
here.
goals, man, as I had, you know, from when I first started doing this. You know, I want me and our labels and situation. I want us to be established. You know what I mean? I want us to, you know, get those partnerships and get that paperwork. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to be, you know, have passion for this, but it's another thing to become a professional. And to become a professional, you need that paperwork. You know, you need to do some work with this branch or that branch. You know what I'm saying? I want the majors to, I want the majors to, you know, have us on their radar. You know what I'm saying? I want to take those meetings. I want to, you know, hear the ideas and just be respected in this music business.
Yeah.
First and foremost, that's what I want for us. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. You know what I mean? I want them to be hitting my mans like, hey, we got this artist. Can you check him out? Because we know what you could do with him. You know what I mean? Like you said, the recognition. Like we don't just make this music. We create this music. We build this music. You know what I'm saying? We're a whole wave. You know what I mean? We do it all. You know what I mean? All of it in its entirety.
Literally.
So we need those that to be in paperwork.
What do you say? I need my chips with dip.
You understand what I'm saying? We
For real.
need that. I think that's what's going to get us the respect that we also is due. But I think that's the only thing gonna turn up the hip hop scene where we at, because you know all this. You know, I'm talented and I got a plug here and I can get on the stage here, or I could pay to get up there and all that.
Yeah.
Man, that ain't that's trash.
yeah,
That's played out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want that paperwork. That's what bring the respect.